Let's check out the highlights of my day in Venice. I started out early in the morning at St. Mark's Square, looking at St. Mark's Basilica. There's a beautiful mosaic over the top of the entrance. The basilica was closed. I don't know what was going on inside, so I couldn't really get inside. As you kind of pull out here, we'll see up on top there's 4 bronze horses that were confiscated during one of the Crusades. A closer look at St. Mark's Campanile, or the bell tower. The Byzantine architecture. St. Mark became the patron saint of Venice when his body was smuggled out of Alexandria in 1829 in a wheelbarrow filled with pork and cabbage. True story. This is the clock tower of St. Mark's Square. Tells the time, phase of the moon, and the zodiac sign. We have 2 pillars, one with the Lion of Venice and the other with Saint Theodore, the patron saint of Venice before Saint Mark. There's a nice view of some water taxis in the Grand Canal. A couple of gondolas. A little close-up view of the beautiful gondolas. So I really didn't do my homework before I visited Venice, and I didn't realize that there are no roads in this town. It's either canals or sidewalks. So the only way to get anywhere is by one of these water taxis, gondolas, other boats, or by foot. It's kind of cool. This is the famous Rialto Bridge. The Rialto is the commercial center of Venice. Let's kind of look up the Rialto with the shops up and down the sides here. A little window shopping. You can tell it's a little cold. It was early December. Down the other side of the Rialto, more shops. Stylish Italians. Another shot of the Grand Canal. So this is where my day started getting interesting. I decided just to start wandering around to see what I can see. This is kind of when I started falling in love with this city. It's just amazing, the different little areas you'd find, little piazzas like this. And I came out in this square, the Campo San Giovanni Palo. And the brown building is the church, or the Basilica of San Giovanni, and the white building was a hospital. A beautiful view of the canal. And this is the bell tower of the Church of the Holy Apostles of Christ. Very beautiful. And I saw a lot of doorways like this that I just wanted to see what was on the other side, to see what was inside these buildings. So historic. And then I did a lot of this, just wandering through alleyways, little tunnels like this. And as you can see, I did this a lot. Walked right into a dead end. What to do now? Look around, turn around, back out, take a left, and see what I could see. And what I saw was this beautiful church, Santa Maria dei Miracoli. It's also known as the Marble Church. Another beautiful canal off to the side. Everywhere you look. Very peaceful. And I was really lost here, but I wasn't upset at all because I had beautiful views like this. You see the boats lined up. People get out of their houses to go do their grocery shopping or whatever. One of the hundreds of bridges in Venice. Look at this guy right here. I don't know if he's moving or cleaning out junk or what, but if it's not by boat, it's not going anywhere. Got to carry it along these sidewalks, and that wouldn't be easy. And speaking of bridges, here's one of the most famous bridges, the Bridge of Sighs. This is where prisoners who were convicted in the Doge's palace took their last walk over to the jail on the other side. Here's a courtyard of the Doge's palace. A statue of Saint Theodore over a crocodile or a dragon. And a stairway leading into the Doge's palace with Mars and Neptune statues up on top. And this is one of the mailboxes that you can anonymously tattle on your neighbors. And this is inside of the Doge's palace, the golden staircase. No idea why they call it the golden staircase. The Doge was the leader in Venice. He was elected by the aristocrats and he ruled for life. The ceiling in the square atrium is a Doge kneeling before justice and peace. Very beautiful. This is the Hall of Four Doors. Amazing ceiling. The Doge's palace isn't just where the Doge lived, it's also where most of the government business was done. So here we go with the council chamber. Very ornate. Beautiful ceiling again. And this is the Senate Hall. I believe this is where they met to make foreign policy decisions. Ambassadors. Kind of pan around here. Get a better look at this art up here. And take a look down to the other side of the room. See how big this thing is. Very nice. And this is the Chamber of the Council of 10. Sounds very ominous. They all set up there. Another random ceiling. The Doge's Palace is amazing. I definitely recommend touring it when you visit Venice. Just stunning. Here's a look at the armory. A lot of cool weapons on display. Crossbows, swords, etc. And a fresco painting in the Rialto room. Don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. Some statues they had on display. And this is the Chamber of the Great Council. This is just a massive room. Had a nice wide angle lens to kind of get all of it in and as much as I could in one shot. But I'm going to kind of pan around here so you can kind of see the whole thing. It's just huge. This is the Chamber of the Criminal Council of 40. This is the highest appeals court. This is the last stop before you got sent to prison. And some more statues on display. In boxes. This is the Chamber of the Censors. And when I learned about all the crazy stuff that went on in the masquerades, they must not have met very often. This is where they kept the names of all the aristocratic families in Venice. And this is an interior shot of one of the sides of the Bridge of Sighs. Kind of walking through where the prisoners would walk on their way in to their cells. Look in one of the rooms here. See the small doors. Narrow passageways. And we go around the corner here. And zoom. And kind of take a look in and we can see down there on the left, you can see the door that leads into the cell. There's a small 2-person cell. A little graffiti up there. And this was interesting. This is where the cells with no light. Basically, once you locked in there, you didn't get any light, any sound. Cella Oscura. Let's take a look in here, and we can make our way back out. Take one more trip to the other side of the Bridge of Sighs. Upstairs. Through. Back down again. Oh, let's take a peek out here. They need to wash their windows. Can't see anything. Look back. And they didn't paint these ceilings very well. And this is the entrance to the Naval Armory. Beautiful bridge, clock, a couple of towers leading in there. And this is also close to the Navy Museum. And just the boats pavilion was open when I was there. I took a tour of that. Here's a close-up view of a classic gondola. It's a traditional bragazzo fishing boat. Fishing boats that they've kind of made them the same way since the 1600s. This is a World War II Italian torpedo boat, kind of equivalent to the American PT boat. And this is a royal barge. It was used by the Doges for years and years. And then by the Italian royal family when Venice became part of Italy. You see they added a statue in the back. Somebody being crowned. Very beautiful. So I wrapped up my day in Venice with a stroll through St. Mark's at night. See it all lit up. I love Venice and I definitely want to come back to kind of explore more. I know there's a lot I didn't see. But I did see Harry's Bar, where the Bellini was invented. And famous people like Ernest Hemingway, Alfred Hitchcock, Charlie Chaplin, Truman Capote, Orson Welles, and a lot of others used to hang out. And if you're still here, I hope you enjoyed this little tour through Venice. I enjoyed it very much. Definitely want to go back. Please subscribe because I'm going to be having a lot more travel videos added to this channel. So once again, like, subscribe, and comment. Thank you very much.